Let's start with Maran on the top of 421. Says Maran, mitzvah lechoz tzitzit biyad smalit. It's a mitzvah to hold one tzitzit in his left hand. Keneged libo, opposite his heart, b'shat kriyat shema, during kriyat shema. Remez al-davar, there's an allusion to this from the book of Dvarim. It says, Vayu advarim ha'ele ala v'vacha. These things, these words should be on your heart. Says down the halakha bra in the middle of the page, Vav mitzvah lechoz tzitziot biyad smol, keneged libo, b'shat kriyat shema. It's proper to hold one tzitziot in his left hand, opposite his heart, during kriyat shema. And if I'm not mistaken, we read the bottom footnote, Dalet, in which we said there's a source in the Midrash where the Midrash says that David HaMelech tells Hashem, look at me, I hold my tzitziot in front of my heart, meaning it seems to have been a thing that even King David did according to the Midrash. Right, so it's an old custom, that's why Maran brings it down. Maran uses the word mitzvah. We mentioned it's not an actual mitzvah from the Torah, but it's a mitzvah, meaning it's a good thing to do.
Maran?
Rabbi Yosef Karo. Yes. On page 422, Uledat Rabbeinu HaArizal, according to the opinion of the Arizal, Kvar b'virkat ahavat olam, already in the blessing of ahavat olam, which precedes Kriyat Shema, Kshomer me'arba kanfot haaretz, from the four corners of the earth, Yesof kol arbaat tzitziot biyado hasmalit, he should gather all of his four tzitziot in his left hand, ben kmitza lazeret, between the kmitza and the zeret. I believe that they're talking about between this finger and this finger.
Say again?
Between your pinky and, so you would do the tzitziot. The way that I've seen it, you should know this is an Ashkenazi custom until today to do this, is to put the tzitziot like that. If I'm not mistaken. I want to pause right here. You see that footnote, Chav Gimel? This is an important footnote because I'm surprised that he writes it like this.
On the first column.
Chav Gimel, first column in the middle. You see that in Rashi's script?
Yes.
Ken Katav Magen Avraham. The Magen Avraham, an Ashkenazi posek and Shulchan Aruch, he writes that that's the way you should hold your tzitziot. In your left hand between those two fingers. Shiyochzem ben kmitzah lazeret, v'chin katav b'Birkei Yosef, the Chida in his Birkei Yosef, so this is from Morocco, he writes that also, as well as V'sivo Kesher Gadol, B'Shem Hari, he writes it in two of his books in the name of the Arizal. V'chen katvo b'Shulchan Aruch HaGaon Rabbi Zalman. In the Shulchan Aruch of the genius Rabbi Zalman, Shneur Zalman of Liadi.
Oh.
The Sfaradim should be very careful not to write Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi because the Rashi Tevot of Shin Zayin in Kabbalistic literature spells something that's not so holy. So they just call him Rabbi Zalman. V'Shtilei Zetim, and in the book Shtilei Zetim, I believe this book is from Yemen, but don't hold me to it. Uv'Chesed Alafim, the Chesed Alafim is the Pele Yoetz's halachic book. So this is the Pele Yoetz, we call him because of this, Harav HaChasid. Umorenu Harav Chaim Palaji, the Kaf HaChaim, and Rabbi Chaim Palaji in his Kaf HaChaim. There's another Kaf HaChaim, the one that I keep showing you. Here, this is not the Kaf HaChaim that we're talking about. Not the one that was written in Israel, this is the one that was written by Rabbi Chaim Palaji. I believe in Turkey, but again, don't... Uvekitzur Shulchan Aruch, and Rabbi Shlomo Gans read Kitzur Shulchan Aruch from Hungary, Uvesidur Derech HaChaim, and the Sidur Derech HaChaim. Vayen Mahari Sofer beKaf HaChaim, and then he says, look in this Kaf HaChaim, this one, the regular one. Shelo Matzah Ken beKitvei HaArizal Uvesidur HaRashash. He was a Kabbalist, and he says, I have not found this source anywhere in the writings of the Arizal, or in the writings of the Rashash, Rabbi Shalom Sharabi. Meaning, it says to hold it between this finger and that finger, I never saw it in the writings of the Arizal. The Ben Ish Chai writes the same thing. The Ben Ish Chai says that he also never found it in the Arizal, and therefore he suggests not to do it. Only hold it in the left hand, but not in between the fingers. The Kaf HaChaim says, Ela begurei hari. He sees that some of the students of the Arizal wrote this down. But it's not actually from the writings of the Arizal, and that already gives us some room to wonder if Rabbi Chaim Vital didn't record it in the name of the Arizal, then do we trust other sources that that's the right thing to do? Now, the truth is that I hold it between those two fingers. Nothing to do with my interpretations of the Arizal. That's just the way they taught me to do it at the day school when I grew up. And later on in life, the Ben Ish Chai says, oh, you should. He doesn't say you shouldn't do it. The Kaf HaChaim suggests that he did find a source for it. So I still do it, but when somebody asks me what to do, I don't tell them to do that. So you look in our Siddur, it'll say hold your tzitziot in your left hand. But if you look in the art scroll Siddur, let's say, it'll say hold it in your left hand between this finger and that finger. Meaning, there's an argument here as to whether the Rizal actually said this or not.
Can I back us up a little bit? What's the benefit? Why between those two fingers?
Very good. The Ben Ish Chai says he racked his brains and couldn't find anything up Hasod that would tell you why these two fingers make a difference.
I mean, I can understand the left hand because, you know, the Hayu Hadvarim Ha'ela Al Levavecha, left hand close to the heart. There's some sense there, right? There's a justification, right? But those two fingers are different, you know.
Bottom line is the Kavachayim, they said they don't understand this whole thing about the fingers.
Right.
That he includes it so clearly in the top, it surprises me because even though it's brought down in the beginning of but the later Sephardic authorities don't seem to be so into this finger business. But okay. I'm going back to the top of the page, the second line.
Would you say that some Sephardic authorities then have like their pet projects or things that they like to do, so they mention them?
Yeah, it could be. It could be.
Is there something that's very special to him?
I would say, see if I were to write that thing. And some say that in the left hand it should be between those fingers. V'enichem keneged dibo, you should lay them on your heart. U'kshe'yagia leParshat Tzitzit, and when you get to the Parshat Tzitzit, which is the Parshat Tzitzit, v'yidaber Hashem Moshe Lemo.
Daber al bnei Israel.
Yuchaz chutei tzitziot biyado ha'yimanit. You should hold the strings in your right hand. Ugdilei ha'tzitziot, and the knots of the tzitziot biyado ha'smalit should be in your left hand.
How are you going to do that?
So if I have, where's my sample to do? Can you reach that talit on top of the bima? Can you get it, or that's far for you?
Not that far.
Actually, I'm sorry, I made you get up. Okay, yeah, bring it.
It's time for me to stand up anyway, stretch my knees.
Look at that, this is my bar mitzvah talit. So,
okay, so the
Imagine
chutim, these are the chutim, right?
So you're holding it like this. The whole time in your left, you're holding it on your heart like this.
Right.
Comes v'yidaber Hashem Moshe Lemo. You grab the strings like this in your right hand while still holding on to them in your left hand. And then when it says you kiss them, instead of doing this, you're still holding on like that, left and right.
Okay.
וכך חוזר על ברכת אמת ויציב, you should hold this until the blessing of אמת ויציב, כשאומר ונאמנים ונחמדים לעד, in that point, אז ינשק הציציות ונחם ידו. You kiss the ציציות and you put them down from your hands. You let go.
So where do you let go in the Shema?
ונאמנים ונחמדים לעד, ולעולמי עולמים. על אבותינו.
So you keep them all the way, because the ones you put from your eyes are on your right hand, right? Like so in tzitzit.
But you hold them that way until you reach that paragraph of Emet V'Yatziv.
But you put both down, really?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, not just one.
ולדעת רבנו האריזל, listen to this very carefully. According to the Arizal, the Rabboteinu Mekubalim and the Kabbalists, we've spoken about this in our halacha of the day in Shacharit. יש לאחוז כל ארבע ציציות בידו. You should hold all four of the tzitziot in your hands. So you collect all the four corners.
Which hand?
Meaning when you collect them at your left hand and then at your right hand,
Left and right.
you want to take all four corners of the tzitzit. That's according to the Mekubalim. The reason why some reach this conclusion is, remember, David HaMelech says, and I bring my tzitziot against my heart. He says, so the two front tzitziot, they're already on your heart. He must be talking about the back tzitziot that he's bringing from the back to be against his heart. V'yesh omrim, and some say, the next page, 423. V'yesh omrim, under the two lines, and some say, shiuchaz rak shtei tzitziot shel fanav. You should hold only the two front tzitziot in your hand. I mentioned to you there's an old argument that I used to do 4. And then I started doing 2 during the week and 4 on Shabbat. And then I told you that now I only do 2.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Let's look at the footnote. Chavav. Chavav, you see that in the
Yeah.
Ayen b'Shulchan Aruch Le'alan. Look at the Shulchan Aruch later on, Shekatav, and he says, כשיאמר וראיתם אותו, ימשמש בבית ציציות של לבנה. It says in the Shulchan Aruch that when you reach the words וראיתם אותו, you should move around or touch the two tzitziot which are in front of you. ושינה מלשון הטור שם שכתב יש נוהגים שיש גם בצידוק שאומר והיה לכם צידוק ראיתם אותו. משמע, it seems to be this vira leila Maran HaShulchan Aruch, that Maran HaShulchan Aruch seems to hold the dai bekach, that it's enough שיוחד שתי tzitziot shefanav. You just have to hold the two tzitziot which are in front of you, not the ones in the back.
The front ones, yeah.
Yes. וכן בשולחן ערוך כאן, והנה השולחן הזה כתב, כשמסתכל בציצית, יסתכל בשתי ציציות של פניו. Maran says on page 424, on top of the page, 424, in הלכה ה', Maran says, כשמסתכל בציצית, when you look at the ציצית, מסתכל בשני ציציות של פניו. You look at the two ציציות which are in front of you. שיש בהם 10 קשרים. They have 10 knots. רמז להוויות. That's allusion to the names of Hashem. וגם יש בהם יוד וו חוטים. They have 16 strings. ו10 קשרים and 10 knots. עולים חוו, they come at the number 26, כשם הוויה, that's the name of Hashem. Maran never does Shulchan Aruch. Maran never talks about Kabbalah, names of Hashem, but he goes on a tangent here. The rabbis seem to read from here. Maran says you look at the two front tzitziot. I mean, Maran says you're holding the two front tzitziot. Back to our source in the footnote here.
Back on 423.
Yes. And the rest of President Sefer Shvilei David Katav, in the book Shvilei David, he writes, Dahainu sho'ochez arba tzitziot. He says you hold the 4 tzitziot, u'mistakel rak b'shtayim, and you only look at 2 of them. דאי לאו, הכי פשיטת רק בהן מסתכל. וכתב ספר חרדים, והביא כמה שם רבינו יוסף גיקטליה, the ספר חרדים brings it down. ומבואר בדבריו שם שכן הוא על פי הסוד. And this rabbi brings down that according to Kabbalah, you should only hold 2. That means that these are Mekubalim that are disagreeing with the Mekubalim from the camp of the Arizal.
Later Mekubalim?
Later Mekubalim. And this could be, no, these are earlier Mekubalim. Charedim. Sefer Charedim is written by Rabbi Eliezer Askari. Same generation.
1565.
Yes.
Okay.
וכן איתה בספר מעשה רב, this is written also in the book מעשה רב, שהגר"א, the גאון מווילנה, היה אוחז רק 2 הציציות שלפניו. He only held the front 2 ציציות. וכן כתב המהרש"ם בדעת תורה, בשם ספר שער רחמים בשם הגר"א, and someone else also brings down the name of Vilna Gaon, also he held only 2. וכן מבואר בשאלתות הגאון רבי חיים מוולוז'ין, רבי חיים מוולוז'ין records that his rabbi also only held 2 strings, והסביר הטעם, and he gives an entirely different reason. The Vilna Gaon. משום שצריך שיהיו 2 ציציות לפניו ו2 ציציות מאחריו. He reads in from the Shulchan Aruch that one, in order to fulfill one's obligation of tzitzit, you always have to have 2 strings in the front and 2 strings in the back. And at the moment where you would bring the back strings forward, you would be considered no longer wearing tzitziot.
Whose svara was this?
The Vilna Gaon. It's not pshat like this. But this is his reason for why he does it. I put Kabbalah aside. He holds that tzurat talit, the way you must wear the talit, is 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Don't mess around with this order, says the Vilna Gaon. וכן נראה מדברי ערוך השולחן, it seems like this also with ערוך השולחן. Rabbi Yonatan Halevy Epstein. He writes like this. ואין עוד בערוך השולחן, okay. וכן ראיתי לאדוני, אבי, מורי ומרן הראשון צ'ושדה. Said, I saw my father, who's his father, Rabbi Yonatan Yosef, שפעמים אינו מדקדק לקחת כל 4 הציציות, אלא רק 2 של לפניו. That sometimes, I saw my father, he didn't care to take the back ones, he only took the front ones. Not always, I mean, sometimes he did like this, sometimes he did like that, but I guess when it was uncomfortable, he didn't want to get up and start gathering tzitziot, he only took the 2 front ones. ואין עוד בשו"ת מערים מברונה. Look at the שו"ת מערים מברונה, the question of Dalet KSH Kollel. It brings another sources that say it like this. I'll tell you on the ground. When I used to come to my grandfather's shul, my Yemenite grandfather, he wouldn't like that I took all 4 corners. He showed me, only take 2. That's what we do, only take 2. So his shul, I would take 2. I then later found some tshuvot from Rabbi Shalom Masas that also
Rabbi Shalom
Masas.
Yes, right. Yeah.
That you should also only take the 2. That's the custom in Morocco, and this is the custom they brought from Spain, and this is the way the Spanish rabbis interpret the Shulchan Aruch. That according to Shulchan Aruch, we take 2. And by them, it doesn't make a difference what the Arizal says. If Maran says like this, you do like what the Shulchan Aruch says. The Iraqi communities, those who were really affected by Kabbalah, they seem to have developed the custom to take 4. But it seems like the old Sephardic tradition, as well as the Vilna Gaon's Ashkenazi tradition, is to take the front 2. And after years of debating this, I gave in, and I take 2 tzitziot. I don't think there's a right or a wrong way. Either way, you're making somebody happy. but I tried to go with what I feel is the oldest minhag, and which minhag would be relevant in my family, and that would be the minhag of 2, but some say 4. Go whichever way you like. These are details, but there's important to know there are reasons for each side. And in general, the rule that was brought down in the rabbis in North Africa, which says the following: Divrei Ha'ari, or Divrei Hasod, really, were any words of Kabbalah, lo ne'emru ela lamatzne'ehem bilvad, that the words of Kabbalah were only given to those who are mitznehen, they're modest, that they hide in the realm of Kabbalah.
Did you say matzni'im or tznu'im?
Matzne'ehen.
Matzni'ehen.
He says that the words of Kabbalah were only given to the Kabbalists. Meaning, you're not a Kabbalist, you don't have magic carpets, you don't do kfitzat haderech with the Baal Shem Tov, you're not, so then you don't get involved in Kabbalah. Stick with Shulchan Aruch, let other people get involved in Kabbalah. This was the ruling in Morocco until the day the Moroccan Jews came to Israel. This was the story. The story was the pshat. Halakha. You're a Kabbalist, we're not going to bother you for doing things that are mekubalim. You're not a Kabbalist, don't stick your head and pretend you're a Kabbalist. This is very different than the Jews in Iraq, where the Ben Ish Chai is already mainstreaming Kabbalah into Jewish practice. And this is different already than in Europe. In Europe, this used to be the mentality. But already you find the Mishnah B'Wad. The Chavetz Chaim is bringing down Kabbalistic practices in his commentary in the Shulchan Aruch. And it's not that in Morocco they were against Kabbalah, but there's the bottom line they felt were there were 2 paths here, the path of Pshat and the path of Mekubalim. And unless you're a Mekubal, don't do things you're not understanding why you're doing them. Stick to the way we've always done things unless you have a good reason not to.